enjoy, 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 enjoy. Okay, that is that lovely Labradorite energy. So if you notice that you have more of a Neptunian kind of energy, a Piscean kind of energy, a very much whimsical kind of feel to yourself, you might really resonate with this stone. It's called Labradorite. This is a Labradorite shard, and the other one was a hematite shard. Now, I'm gonna go with some black kyanite. Now, if you can tell, my favorite chakra is the root chakra. It is the chakra So let me just check in with you. How have you been? What's going on? What's new for you? Blue shoe. Blue shoe. My mom used to be like, what are you doing now, brown cow? I was like, what? When someone tries to rhyme and they're horrible at it, you're like, and then you become it. Just relaxing through this. I don't know. Shout out to all the mothers. I don't know. I just felt like that very much some motherly vibe. Shout out to all the mothers and all that you do and all that beautiful work you do. And if you're in a motherly role, you know, you're an older sibling, you're just, you have fur babies or whatever, you know, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. One of my home girls, her rising sign is in Cancer. And she is like so motherly, it's ridiculous. Like, we'll just be hanging out and then she'll be like, let me feed you. And I'm like, what? Because I'm pretty vocal. I'm hungry. I will eat. Let me feed you. Let me make you some curry. Let me make you some da-da-da-da. I was like, okay. Okay. I'm not gonna turn down curry, so okay. Go ahead, make you some, please. So again, bringing it full circle to mothering energy out there. That beautiful, beautiful womb energy. And you know what? I'm gonna separate I'm gonna use womb as a metaphor, so it's not mutually exclusive to someone needing to have a certain organ to have this mothering energy. It's just if you do. If you have mothering energy, you do. You do. You definitely do. Okay. Just bringing that down. Just moving that all around. How are you feeling? 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 Well, family, I enjoyed our time together, and it's time to wrap things up, so I'm gonna smooth over your aura and seal you with the sign of the infinity and say, if no one has said it, wash your hands for at least 30 seconds, don't touch your face, be sweet to yourself, and love you. Until next time, bye. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good, please connect us to the Reiki Masters, the Ascended Masters, Master Jesus, Master Buddha, Master Katumi, Yamonja, Oshun, Mawu, and all the Taras. Please connect us to the Archangel, Spirit Guide, Spirit Animals, our lineage, and all for our highest vibrational good only, rooting us down in our individual healing experience and bringing us forth as a community. I say all of this in the name of I Am Ashe, 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 okay. So, my beautiful little lovely love bugs and buttercups and whatever, okay, receptive and ready to just allow your energy to be out there, okay? So I'm going to just start by scanning over the aura, making sure you are nice and connected, making sure that the heart is full of love, understanding, and patience, as well as confidence, clarity, and bravery. Going over this energy and removing any blockages along the way. Anything that might be source, or whatever it is you want to call it. That's your business. If you want to call it anything at all, just sweep it, bringing it back all the way down to the heart, sweeping, cleansing, clearing from all directions, front, back, side, up and down, all the way to the solar plexus, that place of confidence. Just taking a couple of moments here. Then all the way down, all the way down, all the way down to our sacral, that place of creativity, physical creativity, projects, all of those things, all the way down to our root chakra, which is our sense of security, our foundation, our true strength, allowing that energy to flow on up, and then energy to flow back down. Again, that energy to flow on up, and again, that energy to flow back down. So just going at your own pace. I'm just going to slowly just play with your energy. And this should be a fun kind of playful back and forth. I want you to get in this feeling, because as we are making you irresistible, we're making it so that you are having a good time. Being irresistible, I'm gonna keep it real with you, has nothing to do with you having a long-term partnership that's gonna work out. It has nothing to do with being a good partner, being a good parent. We just attracting that energy to you, honey, okay? This energy is more about play. That's all it is. Having a good time. So if you are someone who wants to be in a long-term relationship and you want to have that consistency in there, you have to do a little bit more effort, and we'll talk about that another time. But this time, have the fun in dating and getting to know people. Is just having that fun, irresistible moment of interest with another person. There's nothing wrong with just taking those moments and enjoying it. Taking those moments and enjoying them. Taking those moments and enjoying them. And just activating those different parts of your energy. Okay, good job. May I see your hands again? Okay. Again, wiping away the past. That feeling of dirty hands. To release other hand. Okay. You are released. You are forgiven. You are empowered. You are released. You are forgiven. You are empowered. You are released. You are forgiven. You are empowered. You are released. You are forgiven. You are empowered. You are released. You are forgiven. You are empowered. So let's just see. Let's just see if we can channel any messages to bring you closer to that special person. So if you have a particular or specific special person that you would like to send out this positive vibrational energy to, you can begin by thinking about them right now. Now there's a couple of rules to this. Don't be doing that shiesty shit and be choosing people who already have significant others or toxic people or that stuff. Just choose a nice person, okay? A nice person who ain't got no fucking drama. Everybody always wants to be irresistible to the people who they shouldn't be irresistible for. Or you trying to get back at an ex or something. Just let that shit go. slightly put my fingers on your crown chakra. We're actually going to be doing a lot of work with that today, so just relax, begin to breathe. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good, please connect us to the Reiki Masters, the Ascended Masters, Master Jesus, Master Buddha, Master Kutumi, Yamonja, Oshun, Mawu, and all the Taras. Please connect us to the Archangel, Spirit Guide, Spirit Animals, and lineage, and all for the highest vibrational good only, rooting us down in our individual healing beliefs and bringing us together as a community. I say all of this in the name of I Am. Ashe. 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 Now take 3 deep breaths here, just filling all the way at the top. Exhale and letting it go. 2 more all the way at the top. Exhale and letting it go. 1 more at the top. And letting it go. And just breathing in this space here. So working at this crown chakra, I'm just going to take some moment to connect you and to channel in with your highest self. We have some nice amethyst. I know we haven't seen crystals in a while, but we have some nice amethyst that we're going to be rubbing right there on top of your crown chakra, okay? So first, let me just go ahead and connect in, and you might feel a very cool kind of sparkling energy just flowing down from the crown all the way down, okay? And that is completely normal. Or you might just feel sleepy. That's cool too. Just relax, okay? Now I'm going to be quiet for a couple of moments. I'm still going to be here with you, so I haven't gone anywhere. But just connect, have your heart open, and feel one with the universe or whatever it is that you uniquely connect to, okay? That's your business. Okay, couple more moments. Okay, so as I was connecting in about making you whole again, I got a couple of things. I got support. That's what was coming out the most. Needing a need for you to feel supported. And I also have being heard too. So there's this overwhelming need of collective support to be heard, to help bridge the gap, whatever the gap is for you. So you just need to be heard and supported. So here at the Reiki Healing Hub community, we are a inclusive community. People come from all, walks of life and all wisdom and lineage traditions just to support each other. No one is telling you what to think. I actually don't want you to do that. Oftentimes people will ask me, what's the prayer? And I will tell them most of the time, fuck this prayer. I know that sounds crazy, but fuck this prayer. Go write your own prayer, because I want it to really be for you. I want it to connect with what you believe in, and I want you to give yourself the ability to change if you change. I know that was real hard in the moment, but I just want you to feel so empowered. There is a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of conspiracy theories going out there, even in the energetic wellness community. And what we saw on that Capitol is the summation of what happens when people just want to follow someone, a cult leader or something like that, when they want to feel support, but they don't necessarily know how to do it. And to that I would say, all the power is within you. So this is specifically a moment of empowerment. And we're going to go in with the amethyst now and begin to connect your crown chakra to the higher self, to the universe, God, energy, a planet, a star, whatever you believe in is really what you support at this moment, okay? Just relax. Relax. And this is also when we pay homage, or we pay a gratitude to our energetic helpers, to our ancestors, lineage, universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it. That's your business. That's when we, as we are opening ourselves up to become closer and closer, if you need some work on the inside, just start to feel those feelings of gratitude. Just say thank you, thank you. Whenever you walk somewhere, you see like $1 or something like you are very creative and you want to start your Etsy store or something like that, I don't know, and you're good at what you do, you have the time to do it, and you can be consistent in doing it. Sometimes the hardest part is to get out of our own heads, because we will come up with a million excuses of why not to do something. Literally, you have the time, the discipline, but just mentally you don't feel like you're able to do it. It's probably the reason why things haven't gotten on and popping before. You have to mentally be strong enough. That's why I kind of reference sometimes different like sports or different kind of compact things, because a lot of training is all mental aspects, and it's not just sports too, but like it's all mental, you know. Fighters, if you can get in the head of your opponent, you could win regardless of if you are physically better or not. It's all about looking at it, and it doesn't have to be an actual person, but looking at whatever it is you want and making a decision. Okay, I'm gonna go after this, I'm gonna figure out how to do it. I don't have what I need, it's not looking like it's going the way that I want it to go, but I know there's a missing piece, a very subtle piece, and I can do this. So connect with yourself and connect in with that very, very subtle piece, and just feel that wholeness. Okay, feel the wholeness inside. Okay, lovely, 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 lovely. Now, I keep it real with y'all, because I'm a strong believer that you have to stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. That could just be simply integrity, or just trying to live your life in the most highest vibrational way possible. So sometimes I talk about the systemic, because I believe that is a part of the healing process. Everything is so intersectional that it's very, very important that we heal every aspect, because any place that you want to hide or not think about is the place where usually traumas fester. As well as if you have other things that are connecting with you in the moment, maybe family things, romance things, health things, use this as a moment to ignite you and to give you more purpose, to see things that if you can make it past these moments, then you know that whatever little things that were making you overwhelmed are not even that big of a deal. Just be like, you know what, if I gotta do the work, I'll do it. Now, I will let you all know that we are now in the pre-shadow period of Mercury going into retrograde in Aquarius. And what does that mean? Well, you know, Aquarian energy is equally intuitive as it is logical. It is being connected to the group, but still having, being able to disconnect like the emotions and feeling a need to be emotionally overwhelmed in like the ups and downs, the individual, the autonomy. And so what that means is that first and foremost, if you're planning anything during this time, it's going to be a lot, but do not take that as a sign that you don't need to do it. Take it as a sign that if you want to do it during this time, you really, 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 really have to do the work. Just do the work and get it done. You know what typically might take you 5 minutes is now taking you 5 weeks. But as long as you do that, when you hit the roadblocks, don't worry about it. You know, plan for extra time. Aquarius energy, pay attention, is all about electricity, the internet, and revolution. And that's really bringing in those properties of Uranus, which is the modern day ruler, and a bit of Saturn, which is the traditional ruler of Aquarius. So that means January 30th, that internet is going to be booked up. But no worries. Try not to start anything during this period. this session. And I feel like I should also say I paid attention when I put those posts up about the Capitol. I paid attention to the communities that I see around me and what people have said. And I said this in Patreon too, where I completely understand that people get their money from YouTube, completely understand it, and they may want to be quiet or they might want to say something very light. But and that's not everybody's calling to be out there trying to like break shit down and understand each integral political aspect of what is going on. But I know for me, I have to hold myself to a higher ethical standard. I have to hold myself to the perspective that if people are in trauma and they need help, how can I empower people? And number one, it is empowering through education. So if you have any kind of special skills or anything that you feel like you're really great at and you can be a leader or a facilitator in that space, go ahead and do it. Education. And the second one is through dealing with the moment, just allowing people to do that shadow work, if they need access to therapy, if they need access to all these things, to encourage that, and then to do that light work and that manifesting to empower. When I say that I would not have a YouTube channel if people weren't protesting in sit-ins, if people within the LGBTQIA community, I wouldn't have a wipe if they hadn't used all these years to advocate for different rights, for accessibility, for federal protections, and the list can go on and on and on and on. So I know a lot of people may have the opportunity to ignore things and not speak up for them, but I feel like I owe it to my lineage. This is ancestor work we're talking about. I owe it to my lineage to speak up and to say something and to be present and to be with our very inclusive, very diverse community. As we are going through this, we can still make it to the other side. We still have these January goals, and just know all of these people made it. They made sacrifices that they would never see. What are you doing in your everyday life safely that will make this world a better place? How can you stand up and speak up? When you see things like this, the point is not to feel disenfranchised. The point is to feel strength behind the reality and start to make movement to change the world. If there was any other more opportune time to go in and start to change the world for the better, it's now. It's in the wake of these kinds of things. So if you see some systemic change that you want to change, this is the fucking time to do it. This is the time to do it. It is okay, continue to process your emotions, but this is what, and I'm gonna keep it 1,000% right here, this is what people of color have been facing. This is what different marginalized identities have been facing. How do you boss the fuck up in times where it is tough? How do you still show up in the space each and every day, process what's going on safely, take your time, but still go on to change this world so that things like that never have to happen again? That is really the message that I'm going to leave you with. So family, I hope you enjoyed this moment of making you whole again. I really felt like, I gotta just talk to people. I gotta have this conversation because it is so important that you know how powerful you are and that you don't have to wait for anyone, not me, not anyone else, to tell you when to move. In your heart, you have to lead yourself first and continue to go after those January goals and continue to update in the comment section what those goals are. I be getting excited when I see all this progress, so we can make it, and together as a community we are here. Okay, may I touch you? Okay. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good, please connect us to the Reiki Masters, the Ascended Masters, Master Jesus, Master Buddha, Master Kutumi, Yamonja, Oshun, Mawu, and all the Taras. Please connect us to the Archangel, Spirit Guides, Spirit Animals, our lineage, and all for the highest vibrational good only, allowing us to step forth into our journey and bring this magical energy into our life. I say all of this in the name of I Am, Ashe, 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 and homage to the ancestors as well. Okay, so just starting at your heart, deserve a loving, whole experience in your life, and for your life to be surrounded by that exact energy. Within you is this beautiful, beautiful person, this beautiful, beautiful spirit that we all get to see. Okay, so let's remove anything that is taking up too much space, anything around you, any negative energy or any sadness or anxiety or depression or pain. Let's just move that. Let's allow that to be removed from you, and for you to receive the greatest amount of healing, only the greatest amount of love. So, you are deserving. You are so lovable. You are so beautiful. You are all of these things, and you deserve those exact things back, okay? Think of that love you are searching for, that love that just washes over you, kind of like the love of a parent or the love of a significant other, the love of family, the love of friend, whatever that is for you, allowing you to decide what that energy is, and allowing that to just be smoothed over your body, over your energy, and around your aura, okay? Around your aura. Good job. Good job. Good job. Lovely, 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 wonderful, wonderful energy, wonderful energy, wonderful momentum, wonderful love, wonderful peace, and showering you with those gifts of happiness, with those gifts of self-understanding, with those gifts of abundance. You are entering into this new stage in your life where you have to trust in yourself more than you trust in anything else. And that is really going to lead you to any success that you want, whether that is love, whether that is life, whatever. But you have to trust in yourself beyond reason and feel that same connection with love. If you're looking for a romantic partnership, if you're looking for a significant other, a forever somebody, and that's what you really, truly, deeply want in your life, this is a moment to connect with your self-love. Make sure you are a reflection on the outside of what you want on the inside, because if you don't feel enough without someone, you are only going to attract someone in your life that still makes you feel like you are not enough. But if you feel whole in who you are, the person you attract will continue to build on that, and you all can both give each other that energy. If the love you're looking for comes from more like a family, a need of being accepted, a need of having a collective support, make sure you surround yourself only by those who are there for your and their vibrational good. There are some people who will look like they are your friend, but really in reality, they're just kind of there to use you understanding that within you there is something so much bigger and better than anything you could find outside of yourself. I think we've all been tricked into thinking that the best love is a love experienced outside of the self. I feel like the best love is the love you give to yourself, because if you're sweet and compassionate to yourself, you will never let somebody treat you bad. It is so hard to really be there for yourself because there's all of these uncertain things that come up in life, and the easiest person to pick on sometimes can be yourself. So look deep inside and find love and compassion for yourself and live from that space, and I guarantee you the people who come in your life will vibrate at that frequency. That's how energy works. You have to vibrate in your life at that frequency to bring people in. Understand there is a transition period. Understand there's going to be a time when people are coming in and going out. Understanding that change isn't always smooth. Sometimes people might throw a fit when you're no longer letting them, prance all over you. But you gotta let people do what they gotta do, because you deserve to have this beautiful, loving energy around you. Can you imagine, when it's not COVID anymore, where you can go out and frolic with friends or go out and have a good time, or even if you're able to safely social distance, to be able to do things virtually. I got really excited this year because I started a book club, a virtual book club, and we were having a ball. So there's so many things that you can do to bring this sense of connection into your life. But what we're going to do now is just give you a moment to see that true beauty and that true power within yourself. Feeling your heart right there warm up and feeling it be released from anything that is no longer serving you. And connect in with a vibrant future that will allow you to bring forth these abundant messages for your highest good only. And I like to say sometimes to remove fear, but don't feel like you have to be perfect. It's okay. There's sometimes where you can be shaken and you strip your heels and still be out in the world doing the damn thing, okay? No worries there. You can do it. Take this moment to just pat yourself on the back and be like, wow, I've showed up each and every day of my life. Today is no different. And let's remove any negativity, any worry, any stress from you so that you can better receive this beautiful, beautiful, luscious love healing. And I want you to be a love magnet. I know in March we usually do money, so it can be like a money magnet. That's always fun to be a money magnet. February's right around the corner, so let's get you to be a love magnet. Okay? That when someone sees you, they see what they can have in love, or that they want to have that connection with you if that's what you're looking for someone or from someone. Good job. So I'm just going to pull out any of these ideas or fantasies or longings for a certain type of energy, and I'm going to show you how to find it within yourself. And when you do that, when you take responsibility for that, the right love then becomes to materialize externally everything want you to have this feeling of, you ever met someone who just makes you smile and you're like, oh my gosh, there's something about this person's energy that is just so attractive. And for me, it's mostly energy. Like, I love a beautiful woman, but like the most important part to me when I was dating, I'm not dating, but when I was dating, was seeing someone who had just I want to use the word delicious, a delicious energy, something about them that just really made it so appealing. They were so fascinating. Or who doesn't like a good mystery from time to time? That is lovely, lovely energy. Anyway, I want you to connect with that sensation for whomever that is for you. I'm sure it could be a couple people too, like, I like this from that person or that from this person, whatever. And just start to feel your cheeks get a little bit flush and rosy, and that sensation in like the pit of your stomach, like, oh my gosh, who is that? And bring that to the forefront. I have to think about the first time I met my wife. I'll do it like that. Bring it to the forefront. Bring it to the forefront. Bring it to the forefront. And just feel that energy. And put this figure, it can be just someone, you can give them an actual face, or you can just make them kind of just like an outline. But as you are in your energy with this person, whomever this is, just start to feel those sensations that we were just describing while being with that person. Having that person put a smile on your face. What does it feel like to hold their hand? What does it feel like, the anticipation of the next time that you're gonna see them? You're like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see them. You gotta pick out your best outfit, you gotta have the nice smells and whatever, of like what kind of fragrance that you want to put on, and all that stuff. What do you want to do? Like, what is the fun stuff that you can do? All of that fun stuff. I'm for it. I'm for it. I'm for it. Okay. Now, allowing that energy to trickle on down all the chakras around the body and all the way to the feet. A gesture of just feeling it completely. Like, you probably don't think about this, but what does your kneecap feel, or what does your ankles feel, or what do you think it feels in those parts of your bodies that you don't really think about when you meet someone that you really like? Your ankle might itch, I don't know, people have their different things. Just, don't overthink it. Just go with that connection and just activate all of those things. Okay, breathe in here. Okay, keep breathing there. Keep breathing in that lovely, beautiful, luscious energy. Keep that energy flowing there. Okay. Now, you are looking into this figure's eyes, and you start to notice something really familiar. You met them before. Similar eyes, similar nose, similar mouth, similar face, similar body. And then all of a sudden, as you put your hands up to touch their hands and they touch your hand starts to go through their hand. Keep breathing through this. And you all walk through each other. In that yourself into thinking that you need someone to make you happy. You make you happy first, and the right person and people will show up. If you lead from that, you will get to the goal sooner than looking outside of yourself. I promise you that. I promise, 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 promise. Now that you feel very empowered, being the beautiful energy that you are, I always believe that working with the energy of the universe is a mix of that believing things that are beyond our senses, as well as the practicality of every day. So if you want somebody, put yourself out there. And strong, 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 strong. Let's not forget how strong you are for showing up each day and doing your best, and your best being enough. You're not running a race against anyone. As fast or as slow as you want to go is all that is needed for you to succeed. Accept yourself 100%. Do not run away from you. Do not run away from your power. Do not run away from what makes you you, okay? Accept you. Accept you. Accept you. Accept you. Accept you. Accept you. That is one of the most healing and beautiful things you can ever do for yourself. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed our session today. Very dreamy, very whimsical, very relaxing, very like chit-chatty, having a nice talk about your true strength and power within. Just want you to know you are loved within the community. Just want you to know that you are enough. Just want you to know that wherever you're at in life is enough, and that wherever you would like to go, feel free to go. You decide how fast or as slow as you go. It's like you can do amazing things very quickly. You can take your time and slow down if you want to too. It is up to you, and that is how powerful you are. So just remember that nothing that you experience is enough to stop you from living the full life. Have patience. Go at your own flow. Trust yourself first, and you're going to get to where you need to go, okay? Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good, please connect us to the Reiki Masters, the Ascended Masters, Master Jesus, Master Buddha, Master Kutumi, Yamonja, Oshun, Mawu, and all the Taras. Please connect us to the Archangel Spirit, Animal Spirit, Guides, and lineage, and all for the highest vibrational good only, rooting us down in our individual healing practice and bringing us forth as a community. I say all of this in the name of I am Ashe. 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 Okay. So I'm just going to start by slowly picking away, picking away, picking away, picking away. Anything that is coming up, and it's normal. Everyone has insecurities. That's like really, really normal. So don't worry about that at all. Don't worry about that at all. Insecurities are kind of amazing because it is the things we are most insecure about that sometimes connect us so deeply with others. Who doesn't love to see someone owning, things that could be viewed as their flaws? I know that's how I spend my money, y'all. So you never know, your insecurities might be your hidden gifts. Hidden gifts, hidden gifts, hidden gifts. So I'm seeing a little bit here, and I'm just going to work it out. Taking that out, taking that out, taking that out. Taking that out, taking that out, taking that out. Taking that out. Taking, and removing that energy. You are enough. You should know how beautiful and how lovely and desirable that you are. That it's okay to be insecure from time to time, but really what you're afraid of is your power. It's not something that you don't have. It's something that you do have, and you're having a tough time owning it. You better own that power, okay? Well, you can organize your purpose too. Shameless plug for my podcast. Link in the description box. Okay. I'm just going to continue moving and sweeping through see it as a very, very hard external layer. It would be very hard for DNA, sensitive DNA information from your spit to penetrate those layers and then to be like sprouted. Because think about it like this: when you take a DNA sample in the mouth, they don't just want your saliva. What they're rubbing for is they're rubbing for the tissues on your cheek. So that might be a little bit different. Anyway, I'm saying that all to say is you gotta change yourself on a cellular level. You have to be open and willing to, or open and willing to embrace a greater love of self, a greater love of life, a greater love of opportunity, a greater love of people. Because if you don't like people, it's hard to attract them in your life. It's okay to like people from time to time. Okay, relax, 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 relax. Okay, so let me just remove out those insecurities from the lower chakras. So I'm getting like this sense of wanting to have a good financial security, wanting to have a good foundational security, wanting not to fear. It's like the fear of losing a job or fear of not being enough for someone, whether that is emotionally enough, financially enough, whatever. That fear right there, let's just work through that. I'm just placing my hands right there on your root, and I see it. I see that it's kind of like a passageway of flow, and it's like multiple ones happening at one time. So it's sending the message that different things are changing within you at one time. Okay, continue to breathe here. Okay. Good job moving up to the sacral. Let me see what's going on here. It's like I see a podium, and it's almost like the floor is cracked. It's cracking open, and you can see like the reflection of the kids in the little walkway. And then it becomes an arena. And so I'm thinking that you might be really good with debate or conversation, or want to be good, have an insecurity around that. And the universe supports you in that effort if you would like to flush that out some more and actually be proactive with that. I know, right? Impromptu read. Let me go to the heart. Okay, breathe. Breathe. And what I'm seeing here is like a mountain, a person in like a rural village that has, you ever see those bridges that are simply just rope and a bunch of wooden boards, and people have to hold side to side to get to the other side. So basically here a person is, a man, I'm assuming, is standing in front of a mountain carrying something and going across, and then also the image of someone in the desert carrying a large burden. So that gives me the vibe that there's something that you've been holding on to, that you are so thirsty in this moment that you are trying to relieve it, but you feel like you have all these other responsibilities that are getting in the way of you remaining balanced in that time, because you feel like you would be great and fantastic at it. It's just super difficult because of timing. Okay, got it. Now going over to the heart, and I'm just going to do a little bit of pitter just going to go through the chakras and just scan them. Because as we bring this love into our life, it is also a moment of reflection of all the times maybe we didn't give us or give ourselves the love that we truly needed or deserved, or that we settled for less because maybe we love someone and we didn't know when to let it go. Believe me, toxic loyalty is a real thing. It can be in one-on-one relationships. It runs rampant in families. And if you're really career focused, it happens at work too. That's where you see the adult bullies. They be running rampant at work. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm grown. Get the fuck out of here. Not at my work, but I have seen it before. So just be patient with yourself. Just relax. Okay. I'm just going to begin to slowly remove any little bits of past pain, karma, hurt, confusion, any of that. And I'm just going to slowly pull it away from the memory. Whoever it was that made it difficult for you, we're cleansing and wiping that away. And we're just going to allow it to be in the past. Sometimes the strongest thing we can ever do is to know when it is time to let go and really leave it in the past, leave it where it is. You might be tempted to resolve it or to resolve it through another person, but just let the shit go. You have such a beautiful, vibrant life and vibrant energy, and you are so lovely in the energy that you have around you, that what you need to do is make sure that you are open to this love that flows to you, whether that is partnership, whether that is self-love, whether that is the love of a friend. Let's go ahead and clear that out. So, a lot of foundational things, working with the root chakra, the sacral, and the solar plexus. So I'm just going to go and do some Reiki symbols and work through that, and then we'll get back to regularly scheduled programming. Okay, go ahead, give me a smile. So, going now to the solar plexus. I'm just going to start in there. Okay, just breathe in and out for me. Deep breaths. Take a deep breath in, filling all the way up, holding at the top of the breath. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, let it out. And just let all that go. Anytime anyone has ever made you think you are not enough, that you are not beautiful enough, or you are not enough just being yourself, you're inhaling in that positive, rejuvenating energy, and you're exhaling anything that has been falsely serving you, anything that makes you feel insecure and makes you not feel truly connected to the beauty that you have each and every day. Okay. I'm just working on the energetic fields that start off very close to the body and start to move out. So working on that, because we want it to expand. When you walk into a room, you want people to feel your presence, not because they're like, oh, who the fuck just walked into the room, but more of like, they feel it, and it's like, oh, I gotta turn around, oh, that kind of thing. So we want to work on allowing your energy to enter a room before you do, and so that's how people know how to treat you too. So if you're trying to catch somebody, you try and get a little boo thing, you know, you send the energy out first. Okay, pulling that out, pulling that out, pulling that out. Also channel during this session in order to share with someone else. So if you have a family member, a friend, a significant other, someone who may be struggling with a little bit of insecurity or not feeling enough or not seeing the true beauty that they have, you can then, allow your energy to be used as a conduit for them in the space. exhale. Bring it all the way down and just continue to replenish this energy. Now connecting the solar plexus with the sacral and allowing that energy to flow back and forth. Just breathe in and out here. Okay. solar plexus. The sacrum. The root. Bringing that energy down, a gesture of manifesting and back up. I'm going to take a moment right here just to activate the third eye so you can see this person right in front of you, okay? This person is a beautiful partnership for you in whatever way you would like to define partnership. And start to build their face out in your mind's eye. Start to see what it feels like to touch their hand, to touch their face. See how you feel standing next to them. What is it that you all would like to do? Where would you like to go? What is their height? What do they look like? What do they smell like? What is their personality? Start to build that into this person, beautifully and craftfully molding this lovely, 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 lovely energy. Most importantly, with your two energies matching, okay? And just allowing the energy to flow freely in between the two of you. A beautiful, lovely dance that you all do. Or you could actually, dance. And feel this beautiful golden ray of light just shining on you. A sense of protection and a bubble forming around to protect the bond. Protect it from gossip. Protect it from your own self-doubt. Protect it from any issues that either one of you have had in the past. Here it is. You all are a light worker relationship, and so you can let go of any of the shadow work that could have prevented it in the past. If this is someone who has already been in your life and you all have history, make this a moment to let go of anything in the past that is holding you back. Do not proceed and pass go and get your $200 if you're going to bring up old shit. If you forgive them or if they forgive you, then let that be, okay? If this is a new person, allow yourself to be open